open up. You OPN, bitch, you won't BBM. We should be closer than friends.
Hello. Let's fix this camera. There we go. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's staying safe. Okay. And can we all please try to stay in the house, whether you believe it or not, conspiracy theorists or not, because I love a good conspiracy. But I want to leave. I want to go outside. I'm tired of looking cute for the house. Okay, so can y'all stay in the house so that we could, the people who want to go outside, we could go outside. Because y'all done been outside enough. All right. Had to get that out the way. But I really do hope everyone is doing good. I hope everyone is being safe and staying safe during this time. My prayers and my heart goes out to anybody who is struggling or taking any type of downfall due to this pandemic right now. It is crazy right now, okay, for no reason, but whatever. So yeah, peace, love, blessings. I send it all to everybody. I love you guys. This is the time for us to be closer than ever. And I do think that the good thing that is coming out of this is we are able to take time out for ourselves. And everyone should be using this time to do some self cleanup. Okay, this is the time to get real with yourself. You sitting in the house. I think they said we got maybe another month. They're projecting maybe another month with this mess going on of us being in the house. I don't know, but however much time we got, use this time to self-reflect, to heal, to pray, to meditate, to get more spiritual, to get a better relationship with your family, friends, loved ones, everybody, okay? Use this time to really love up on each other. And most of all, work on yourself. I promote self-work before anything, because if you aren't good, nothing you touch is going to be good. And if it is good, it's not going to last, because you don't know how to, you're not good on the inside. Which brings me to my topic for today. So basically, I just wanted to get on here and really encourage everybody that I know to do some self-healing. And I want to go over at least 2 to 3 things that I think could be very helpful for anybody who doesn't know where to start on their healing process. And some things that helped me when I was going through and still am going through, because healing is an everyday thing, no matter how old you get. So, number 1, step 1, I would advise everyone to get a journal. And I know people be like, oh, but I got a notepad on my, my cousin bought me this one, shout out to Bean. I have a few journals, but get a journal. Okay, yes, we got modern technology, we got computers, we got tablets, we got notepads on the phones. Got it good, okay? But nothing is better than when you actually stroke the pen on the paper and it just does something. Like, it's just different when you actually put it down. So I advise you to, number 1, step 1, get a notebook and start to write down some hard truths about yourself. Some things that you have never addressed, some things that no one knows about, your deepest, darkest secrets that you have held against yourself forever, the things that have hurt you, the heartbreaks, anything that has affected you in a negative way to get you to the place where you are now, or just in general, because sometimes things happen to us and we don't even realize how much it really affects certain things that we do moving forward. So write down any and everything, any and every problem, issue, I mean, from where you can remember. like from as far back as you can remember. If it's kindergarten, cool. If you remember when you was 2 and something happened, cool. Write it down. All right? That's step 1. Step 2 is to figure out plans of action to attack each situation. 9 times out of 10, most of the things you write are going to intertwine with each other. But let's say one of them is you had daddy issues, like me. I had daddy issues. And that is what really was the kickoff to a lot of bad choices and decisions I made, right? So in dealing with that, I had to, number 1, admit that I had issues with my father. I wrote it down, okay? I wrote a letter to my dad saying all of the stuff that I wanted to say to him, and then I ripped it up. That was therapeutic for me. Some people, you can write it down. Some people, if you're ready for that step, you can go talk to the person and try to squash it or try to iron it out that way or whatever, okay? The 3rd step is to forgive yourself for the things that you allowed to happen to you, or the things that you allowed yourself to do, or just what happened to you, period. Because some of the stuff that happened to us wasn't our fault. So the things that you brought on yourself, forgive yourself for. The things people have brought onto you, forgive them for that. Forgiveness is the biggest part of healing. A lot of us say we forgive that person and we don't. And what people really try to make you do is make you feel like you gotta immediately forgive this person. I didn't say forgive them right after they did it. No, take your time. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to take too much time to the point where what if something happens and you're not able to get that out, or you know you're left stuck with that. So take time enough to evaluate the situation, review the situation, get a plan of action together, and then go about that. And even if you go to that person and the conversation doesn't turn out how you want it to turn out, you still have to forgive that person to be able to move on. Forgiveness is so powerful, like. And forgiveness don't mean that you still gotta talk to this person. Forgiveness don't mean that you weak. Forgiveness don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, you have accepted their wrong and you're okay with their wrong. Forgiveness doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, like I said, you have to keep dealing with this person. Forgiveness simply means that this is no longer my burden, okay? This is yours. That's all forgiveness means. It means I'm transferring this negative energy back to you because I don't want it. That's forgiveness in the simplest terms I can think about. I gotta put my notebook back out because I gotta write stuff to stay on track. Because, you know, guys, I just be talking. I just keep going and going and going and going and going. And then I be on a whole nother topic. So another thing that I'm doing, that I'm in the house, I'm meditating. Yes, I pray all the time, talk to God all the time. And you don't have to, people think prayer means you gotta stop what you're doing, close your eyes, get on the floor, go up and down and bow. Like, no, prayer can be me sitting right here and be like, God, I just need you to do da-da-da-da. That's a prayer, okay? Whew, y'all complicated. Spirituality is not complicated. God is not he's not complicated, okay? But anyways, meditation, okay? What I've learned through my healing process, I actually started doing research on meditation and the benefits of it and the science behind it and all that. And there are different frequencies that allow different energies and different things, how can I put it? So basically, different frequencies open up doors in this dimension, right? So in the spiritual world, there are different frequencies that if hit or played, or when these frequencies are happening or playing, I don't know if you want to say playing, whatever, when the frequency doing what it do, all right, it basically has different things, different elements that can occur or that can be beneficial to you. So I've been meditating to different frequencies, and meditation is simply, what am I saying? Slow down. Meditation is simply focusing your mind on your breathing and letting that just take over, right? And you basically, the goal of meditation is to silence your mind. Because if you're somebody who, like me, my mind goes 1,000 miles an hour, 24/7. It does not turn off. My mind don't go to sleep. Okay, even if I'm tired and my mind is still like, no, we still got stuff to think about, I'm not going to bed. Okay. So when I meditate, I'm able to get that moment of peace where my brain can relax, my whole body can relax, and I can just take a moment to assess, right? And to just breathe. Sometimes you just need a minute to breathe, to gather your breath. So I strongly encourage meditation and prayer during this period. And I also want to speak on people who may be feeling alone or lonely during this time. I challenge all of you guys to work on creating your own happiness. Work on being self-sufficient and peace. Work on, you know what I'm saying, being so comfortable that you can be by yourself all of this time, regardless of if you really want to or not. You're at peace with just being by yourself. Because there's a lot of people out here who are really feeling lonely right now, who really feel like they don't have anyone. They in this house, they by themselves. And I live alone. I'm single. I live by myself. And sometimes even with me going through the process that I'm going through and me being able to get on here and encourage you guys, I get to a period where I feel alone. And I want company. And I want somebody to come over here. And I want something. I want some type of human interaction, right? And that's cool. But when you get to the point where you are depending on someone to be around, to the point where you can't even sit in your own company, the company of yourself, that's the issue. And a lot of people deal with that. A lot of people rely on their significant other or just other people or their children or people in general to secure their happiness. And you wonder why when you by yourself, you're not happy. You have to create your own happiness. Because if you don't, you put that expectation of happiness into other people, and now you're getting disappointed left and right. We should never, you as a person should never, ever, ever depend on anyone to supply you with happiness. If anyone comes into your life, they should be an addition to what you have already created for yourself. If a man was to walk into my life right now and want to be with me, that's cool if he met the standards that I have, because I do have standards, and having standards is okay. Okay? I don't know where the idea of me being a crappy person because I have certain criteria to be a part of my space. When did that become wrong? I don't know, but America, okay? But my point is, okay, get comfortable with being by yourself. Because like I was saying, if a man was walking my life right now and want to be with me, cool. He would be an addition, but I don't need a man to walk in my life to make me happy, because I make myself very happy. I'm very secure with myself right now. I'm in a great place, and that's because I've done the work to do it. And the reason I come on here and I do these videos to whoever is watching, I don't care if only one person come back and tell me that these videos have helped them. That means that I've done what I needed to do. Because a lot of the things, and honestly 100% of the things that I talk about on here are things that I'm either going through, have been through, or a part of life that is going to be a revolving cycle. Some things we can never not have in our life. Like, with the good comes the bad. And it has to be balanced. And you wonder why, you know, things happen and they go so good, they go so good, they go so good, they go so good. And then all of a sudden a whole crap load of bad stuff happened. And you're trying to figure out what the heck. How did I just go from everything being amazing to me picking up all the pieces? And that's because sometimes we don't acknowledge that the negative is there. You got to acknowledge that negative. You got to acknowledge the salt that comes with the sugar. You got to acknowledge the lemons with the lemonade. The lemons help make the lemonade. So how can you not acknowledge the lemon? You can't just acknowledge the sugar. It'd be sugar and water. That's not lemonade. Lemonade is lemonade because of the lemons. Lemon is the biggest part of lemonade, right? So that just goes to say that when you are going through life and things happen, you have to acknowledge them. You have to acknowledge the wrong that you've done. You have to acknowledge the wrong someone else has done to you. You have to acknowledge this all as being a part of the plan. Because if you don't acknowledge it and you try to just sweep over it, act like it didn't happen, and you don't take the time out to sort that stuff out, when you get, it don't even have to be within that same year or month or time frame. You can be 20, 30 years down the line and all of that mess come back up because you did not acknowledge it. You didn't handle it. You gotta handle the bad. You got to. You can't just take all the good and not want the bad. You can't. You gotta acknowledge it. It's a part of it. You wouldn't have a story or testimony, or you wouldn't have anything to say to anybody or any advice to give had you not went through some type of valley experience. Meaning you had a low point in your life. If you never had no lows, how can you be... If I never had a low point in my life, how could I get on here and talk to you guys about whatever I'm talking about? If I've never been lonely, how can I come on here and tell you guys about being lonely and finding happiness within yourself? You wouldn't be able to. So with the experience comes the explanation of the testimony. Right? Because if I didn't go through anything, I couldn't tell you, I can't tell you nothing. And I don't like people. I don't know if y'all are like me or not, but I can't stand a person that always want to give somebody advice on something they don't know nothing about. Or just talk about something and be loud and wrong. Like, did you do any research? Did you try to check this out at all? Like, no, you just gonna keep talking and saying that just loud and wrong like that? I don't like those type of people. So we have to make sure that we acknowledge the good and the bad, right? That we become our own happiness, that we supply our own peace. And when people come into our life and try to, you know, if we're dating or just in friendships or in family too, there's no excuses for family. I don't make excuses for family, okay? Wrong is wrong, right is right, and that applies to everybody, okay? But I don't care who it is, okay? They should only be in addition to what you already supply for yourself. No one should be ever able to come in and give you something that is basic for a human being. You have to supply your own peace. You have to supply your own happiness. Period. Or it doesn't matter who comes around. You're never going to be satisfied. And they're always going to, you know, leave you, you know, feeling like, what the heck? A whole bunch of disappointment because you done gave this person a job that's not even theirs. It's your job to supply your own happiness and peace. Why are you giving it to your boyfriend and then you get mad because he not doing it the way you want him to do it, or because he not around, you not happy, or because y'all beefing, your whole attitude has changed? No, honey. So I don't want to make this video really long. I want to just come on here really quick. You know, did I miss anything? No. So yeah, I forget I gotta do my cards. So while I'm shuffling these, make sure that you go hit that like button, okay? Go subscribe. Put that notification bell on so every time I post a video, you will be notified. And I'm gonna pull a card. I'm gonna start really doing my best, because I'm trying not to say the word trying. Well, I'm doing my best not to say the word trying. So I'm gonna really do my best and giving you guys more videos, a lot more frequent than I have in the past. Preferably 2 to 3 a week is the goal. Okay, so bear with me. Alright. Yeah, so tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell somebody's grandmother's dog that you need to follow me on, subscribe to my channel. Alright, so we got but yeah, subscribe. What else? Also, I am thinking, I'm working on some merchandise. So when that drops, please make sure you guys support. I'll definitely be posting some pictures soon, so make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll put that in the detail box below. And yeah, see if we can get just one card. Oops. Just one. Flipped over. Hey, this is the same card I pulled the last time. Stop obsessing. Period. And on the bottom says you need a hug, squeeze. So I'm gonna virtually, I hope you guys are feeling my hug. It's super tight. That is alright. I'm sorry for that. That sounded super inappropriate. But yeah, guys, stop obsessing, you know, or start obsessing with the right things. I'm gonna say that. Start obsessing over yourself. Start obsessing over, you know, making yourself better. Like, I'm so obsessed with self-growth at this point. It's like ridiculous. Like, I love to do things to better myself at this point, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually. I'm always looking for new ways to become a better version of myself, and I think that's a good thing to obsess over. So I'm gonna say, stop obsessing about the things that don't matter and start obsessing with yourself. I love you all. Thank you for supporting. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification bell so you know every time I post a new video. And I will see you the next time. Peace, love to everybody. Peace.